Michael, any change of thought about Saturday in the 36 hours since? I guess you've probably watched the key minutes back.
No, I thought we were good value for what we did. I thought we should have got a point. Nothing in the game, repeating myself, but 40 minutes, you're comfortable. They've had to change shape because they couldn't get anything out of us. The disappointment is the goals. I think they'd only conceded 28 goals in 35 games before the game, 34 games, and we've managed to score 2 away from home at a tough place, and you can't give up the goals that we did. I thought there were the first two straight balls that went straight through us, which was disappointing, and then the third one's a set play. The fourth one is what it is. It's Rags has made a mistake, but that wasn't a game defining moment, whereas the other goals were.
In terms of the straight ball problem, is that a team shape problem, or is that because someone else has played a good pass?
You've got to give them credit. It's a good ball and a good run. Obviously, when you play 3 at the back, sometimes the gaps are a little bit bigger, and it's just getting players to be a little bit aware. And it's a yard here and a yard there. That's all it is. So it's. But overall, I'd have taken that performance. If you perform like that for the next 11 games, we'll be fine.
If you build a wall, you can't line the bricks up because the mortar will fall out. So do you have to, when you line up a 3 at the back and maybe a 4 in midfield, are you trying to just block all the channels?
The reason why we went for the 4 in midfield, we've got the players that are able to do it. We've gone 3-4-3 a few times with 3 centre forwards on the pitch. It's just a 3-4-3 with 2 midfielders and a centre forward on the pitch. So it's just little tweaks. So the way they play, they do it really well with the way they play that box in the middle of the pitch, and it's difficult to deal with. And like I said, I thought we dealt with it well. And again, them having to change the shape, because that's quite a big thing for a top of the league team to change the shape, to recognise that we're not getting anything out of this. So, but we lost the game, so it's not like we're happy. But I'd have taken the performance. So, and again, tomorrow night it's going to be probably more difficult. They're the best team in the league for me. Bury. I've just found out they've scored 91 goals in all competitions. I think only Man City have scored more. So they're free flowing. They've not lost since Boxing Day, I don't think. So we'll need to turn up like that again and just be a little bit more tuned in key moments of the game.
Does it give you an interesting conundrum selection-wise because you don't want to be too open against them?
Well, that's my job basically, is getting the balance out. When we're at home. So I've said all those positive things about them, but I think we've lost 1 in 15 at home, so we've got a good home record. So we need to take the game to them whilst being aware of their threats. So that's what the selection needs to be, give you that balance, because we've got good players and we can use the ball well as well.
When you went there, I think you were 1 point clear of the bottom 2. You're now 11 points clear. In that improvement, has that been down to organisation or improving the players as individuals, or both?
I think it's down to the players. We've tried to help them as what we can, but they need to take it on. They're the ones that run over the line and deliver. These games aren't really our market at the minute, so they are free hits. No one's expecting us to beat Bury. No one was expecting us to beat Mansfield. And it's not a case of we're going up there and going, oh, never mind, we'll get on the bus and we'll come away with nothing. I thought we gave a good account of ourselves and we'll be looking to do the same time, because they're bonus points, really. So as regards to the gap since the last time we've played them, I think they've got better as well, by the way. But we've definitely improved, and results tell you that.
Would you have played against Nicky Maynard?
Yeah, I played against Nicky Maynard a few times, quite a lot actually. Going back to years ago when he was at Crewe with Luke Varney. So again, I had a conversation with him just before he went to Bury. But obviously he'd made his mind up to go to Bury at the time, because he was another one who was out of contract. So he's a good player. That's why he's played at the level he has. And
is that speed of thought as much as his ability to finish?
A good finisher. He's still quick, and he's always had that poacher's instinct. He's always on centre half shoulders, always looking to run in behind. But like I said, they've got good players. Jay O'Shea, I think he scored 16 goals this season from midfield. Danny Mayer, personally think he's the best player in the league. So they've got threats all over the pitch. But like I said, it's not all about them. They are a good team. There's no getting away from it. We need to nullify that and try and impose our our style of play, which is similar to theirs, on them.
Just lastly, you mentioned the point that this isn't quite our market of a game, but you have taken 12 points against 12 out of 12 against the sides at the bottom. Can you topple a top side?
Well, we've already done it with MK Dons. We did that at home. So the recent wins have been against teams in and around us. So we've proved that we can beat teams in and around us. That the next challenge is, can we start picking up points in the teams in the top 8 of the league? So the bottom 8 we were all right. The top 8 we've probably not picked up enough wins or enough points. But that's, like I said, it's just constantly trying to challenge and improve, because we are still looking behind us. We are still looking over our shoulder. But if we can get positive results in the next couple of games, then hopefully we can start looking the other way.
Thank you.
Michael, you took Ben Tozer off at half-time because you said that Will Boyle and Charlie Raglan favoured a 4 at the back system. Is that something that you may have to consider doing again tomorrow, with Bury favouring a similar formation to Mansfield?
I think they play a different way to Mansfield. They are a 3-5-2, whereas Mansfield are, the way they stuck Hamilton just out on the left wing. That's why we changed our shape, because he was causing us problems. And scored the 2 goals, but that was only in the last 4 minutes of the half. So it was a tactical switch we thought we needed to make to try and get back in the game, and we did. Now, giving the goal away from a corner is disappointing, because it's an opportunity to reset, restart, and get organised, and we didn't make the first contacts in the box. So it's something that we'll look at. It's nice to know that we can flip it. Toes was brilliant the way he reacted. Sometimes players coming off at half time, you can see him smashing the boots around. Toes took it. He realised it wasn't based on his performance. It was a tactical change. He was the captain at the time. He was around all the lads, trying to get him up to go back out. So I think that's important. I think that shows the mentality of the group and the togetherness that they've got. That it's not about any one individual. It's about the 11.
And he's obviously been used more as a midfielder in his time. Obviously, he can deploy himself at centre back as well. And like Ryan Broom's done this season, obviously before, he's favouring obviously a more central midfield position, but he's been playing well out on the right wing in a more defensive role. Is that something that pleases you, knowing that you've got that kind of versatility in the team and that kind of mentality to play out of position even when?
Well, as you say, you're playing out of position. I think we're all honest. We've sort of landed on the formation a little bit. We had to change something. So Toes, he's 6'3", and he has played as a centre half before, but he can play. He gets his play, and his distribution's excellent, particularly when he's hitting the longer diagonals, which we work on. Broomy, he's played 3 or 4 different positions, and he's done it well. So that again, it's up to the players to deliver. It's all we can say, move markers around on a board and all that, and it's easy. But I think Gary Neville found it's not as easy as it is to move markers around. So the players have to take the credit for taking on the formation and the tweaks and the changes. But it doesn't matter who's in the team. The players are here for a reason. The players are here because we think they're good players. So it's whoever it is at any one moment, they'll know their roles and responsibilities, and it's up to them to deliver a performance.
How pleased were you for Chris Hussey getting his first goal? Obviously, for a month at the start of the season, he was out injured for a while, and the fact that he's managed to keep himself fit up until now, obviously, must be very pleasing for you. Because obviously before, there were a couple of times where the left-back position, obviously Craig Alcott played in there, and Tom Fields in there as well, not as experienced as Chris Hussey, so it must have been pleasing.
No, Chris's deliveries, everyone knows what his delivery's got. He was unlucky at Grimsby, I think he was. Still don't know how that one didn't quite go in. So he is what he is, Chris. He's had injuries. I think he's up to 35 games now this season. So we've had to manage him. We've had to look after him at times, and he's bought into that. And I think he's believing in what we do. Because if you get him on the pitch, he's as good as anyone in the league. I think everyone can see his quality. His 1v1 defending is excellent, and he can go forward as well. So yeah, I was pleased for him, and again, as former manager as well. So just unfortunately, couldn't get the result.
And finally, Chris Clement scored against Bury the last time he played against them, but he's not been out in the team recently, starting after a good spell in the team. What's his attitude been like to dropping out?
He's been first class, Clem. He's a pretty laid back character. So you can't really tell if he's in the team or out the team. Really, he's with his persona, which is sort of a good thing because he's pretty bubbly but pretty laid back. So again, it's different personalities. Some people come and crash your door down because they're not happy. Clem's not one of them. He's clearly disappointed. He wants to be playing, and he is a good player. But we've got competition for places now. I think you look around and look at the people on the bench, look at the people that aren't in the squad at the minute. So we're in a better position now on the pitch and off the pitch than what we were 6 months ago.